I woke up early this morning, went downtown, and I got a cup of coffee, drank it all up, and I got a little jumpy. Then I had a thought that I can't remember. Walked around town looking down at my shadow, picked up a nickel and I gave it to a man who needed a shot of liquor. I could tell by the look in his eye. Walked to the station, I saw a young girl cutting up in over the 13, smoking a cigarette, pregnant and barefoot. I said hello, she said the word is me, so I kept on walking, taking in the scenery.
So, here in the BiPolar BMW, and just before I fire it up and get moving, I've got a clunk, bang, rattle, whatever you want to call it, coming out of the rear. I assume it's my rear subframe bushings, which probably going to go solid because the new M3 solid rubber ones that I installed because I wanted a more daily driver friendly hot rod, they're bad. So at least that's what I believe. Gonna bring you guys along for a ride, see if you can hear it, give you something to watch. Loud pedal still works. Also, at the same time, testing out the auxiliary fan. It tested fine. I hooked it back up. I had, at one point, taken the electrical connector off of it and hardwired it. Switch. I decided to go into the system, test the relays, put in the lower temp switch for the 318. Although, based on the OBD2 readings from the LS, it was only turning on at roughly 200 degrees, which I'm actually fine with because the LS likes a little bit of heat in it, contrary to popular belief. Although now that I got the camera on, can't seem to make the rear end issue happen. Isn't that always the way? While I was in there, I rewired the small 16-inch fan that I got from a gentleman on Craigslist along with the M3 radiator, quote unquote, but paid $100 for the small fan and a perfectly working radiator. I had it wired to run constantly through a relay, and on my way to Bear Mountain, New York for Wednesday night car show, started getting warm, and pulled it over, let it cool off, turned around, never even made it there, took it home, decided to dissect what the problem was. There was an electrical connector covered in electrical tape that I did not know was there, and it had slid apart, and so I had no more ground. No fan. See if I can't get it to start on the piece thing. Reconsider the 391 rear, just because I spend a lot of time, but it's a lot of fun. Not getting anything today. I think I'm gonna go all solid anyway. Aluminum, be done with it. No chance of wear. Have a little fun, get her sideways. There it was. Hear that? Uh-oh. That's a first. I'm still running. It's not good. fuel pump relay. But got to witness it right here. So that's rather annoying, considering that I have ignition and the fuel pump and my coils hooked up to a relay, and so I can shut the car off, and that's all fine and good, but the car still thinks it has ignition. So I'm going to have to go back there, disconnect the battery cable. Ah, never mind. It just decided to do everything on its own. Ignition is done. Time to restart. See what happens. Also, the key being out has done its job because the relay is no longer engaged. My fuel pump's not running. And off. Kind of. Just kind of. What's that shit about?